Because joining us now is the former Chief Immigration Officer for the UK Border Force at Calais, Kevin Saunders. Kevin, thank you very much indeed for joining me. What do you make of these numbers, 514? Is that just the nature of the fact that the weather means that people can come over? But I mean, it is embarrassing for the government that it's the highest this year so far.
Yes, the numbers are embarrassing because they're high, but they're not unexpected because the weather has been so awful in the Channel that virtually nobody has been coming across. And so we got a calm day yesterday and the floodgates were opened. What I would be interested to see is the numbers that the French actually stopped on the beaches. So were there actually more people trying to get across, that the French, spending our money, had managed to stop some? I think that figure is probably more important.
Yeah, because the French would argue that they have stopped maybe even up to 50% of would-be people crossing in boats, depending on the day. But how good is that cooperation at the moment? How much are they actually doing for all the money we give them as taxpayers?
They're doing a lot on the beaches. I've been very critical of the French, so I've got to put my hands up here and say that they're doing a lot more. They're being very proactive. I mean, yes, we've given them a lot of money. Yes, they have got some very nice bits of kit out of it. In particular, the beach buggies, which are the vehicles that can whiz up and down the beaches. They've got huge tyres on, so they're not handicapped by the sand. And they're very, very effective. And the French are doing a much better job. They're intercepting. They're destroying boats on the beaches. And they are preventing a lot of people coming off. But of course, the people smugglers are now using a very wide area from Dunkirk down, almost down to Boulogne, to send boats off. So to actually stop all of them is very, very difficult now.
In Parliament, there's dither and delay over this Rwanda plan, Kevin. It will eventually go through. We're looking at, as we were just discussing a second ago, probably flights taking off, maybe even as early as June. The people smugglers don't seem to be in any way discouraged by this. Do you think they will be when the flights are actually off the ground?
Yes, they will be. The people smugglers are saying to the migrants, look, there's a lot of huff and puff coming out from the UK, but nothing's happening. They announced this 2 years ago, and still nobody has gone to Rwanda. So forget all about it. It's just not going to happen. And that's what the migrants want to hear. As soon as you see planes taking off to Rwanda, then it will be a different ballgame.
You're talking about people obviously leaving this country, but we've had quite a few people coming in the last year legally, 745,000 migrants net for the last year, for which statistics are available. We now have a study from The Lancet saying that plummeting birth rates will leave Britain heavily reliant on immigration until 2100. What do you make of that study, and what do you make of that those sort of findings, Kevin?
Well, I heard about the Lancet study early this morning. I must admit I haven't read it, so I'm not completely up to date with what they've said. But legal migration is as many as the politicians want to allow into the country. And I mean, it hasn't been helped by the fact that we did a deal with India on trade. Part of that deal was more visas for Indian nationals to come to the UK. So that doesn't help. What we've got to do is we've got to be more proactive about people that we allow to come in on visas, and then these people stay.
Yeah. They
disappear into the unregulated economy when their visas expire, so they don't go back home. And to do that, we need more enforcement officers.
Kevin, thank you very much indeed. That's Kevin Saunders there, who's former Chief Immigration Officer for the UK Border Force.